Yo, 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 Don Mafia. Welcome to yet another edition of the Don Mafia Report. That's right, you guys read the title of the video. We are going to be going behind enemy lines. In fact, I'm bringing my buddy Colby. He runs a channel called Patriots Global, and we're going to discuss exactly what his expectations are for the New England Patriots this year. And we sort of talk about how the Buffalo Bills are going to kick their ass next year. I plan on making this a series. I'm going to be bringing on a multitude of different YouTubers that cover different teams that the Bills are facing in 2020 and having an open dialogue conversation. Right before we dive into that conversation, ladies and gentlemen, I need to give two very giant shout outs to my most recent Patreon contributors. That's Anthony, James, and that's also Hoda. Thank you so much for donating to the channel. You have no idea how much this helps me out. Since the two of you are on the $20 tier, that means that you get to come on my channel and have a conversation with me about the Bills. It's going to be fantastic. Or secondary, your boy did just get a PS4, and I'm planning on doing Madden videos here shortly. So you have the choice of either coming on the Don Mafia show and talking Bills, or you can come on my Madden series and I'll just whoop your ass in Madden. I'm just kidding, I suck. You all know that the best way to support my channel is simply by smashing the out of that like button, but say that you want to go the extra mile, Patreon's the way to go, and you can find that link in my description. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's dive into this conversation. As promised, we are going behind the enemy lines, and we're going to see exactly how the Buffalo Bills are going to be stacking up against our arch nemesis, the New England Patriots. And I figured what not better than to bring, in my opinion, the best Patriots YouTuber on the platform, Colby from Patriots Global. So Colby, why don't you introduce yourself to the Don Mafia?
Hey, what's up, buddy? Dan, I want to thank you so much for having me on the channel. Hopefully the Bills Nation is hopefully okay with me being on here. But I want to thank you guys for letting me cross the border here into enemy lines. But, I'm super excited to be here. You guys can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Check me out. I make everything New England Patriots, top to bottom, every single thing you need to know. It might be rivals, but as they say, keep your friends close, your enemies closer.
Facts. That is facts right there, my guy. All right, so Colby, right? So, let's start this off, right? There's no question that there has been some pretty significant changes to the Patriots organization so far this year, right?
Yes.
So, we know that, now there's going to be a new guy, right under center, who I do want to talk about eventually. But, all right, so starting off, how are you feeling about this season coming in? What's your confidence level this season compared to the dynasty years, right? Those past couple of years going into it, has your perception of your team changed at all?
In a sense, yeah. Has it changed to a point that I think a lot of people have? No, not even close. But I think that you kind of have to change it. You lose guys like Tom Brady. You already have lost guys like Gronkowski, who it might have only been a year, but look, that was a huge hit on the Patriots this past year. They're not over it. They're still trying to navigate through Gronk. Now to lose Brady, I think that it would be stupid not to say, yeah, things have changed. Things are going to be different. Your confidence level can't be as high as it's been the past few years. The Patriots have essentially always been a team that you go, they're going to be 12-4, if not better. There are rare times that team does worse than 12-4. They always got 12-4 or better. And I'm at a point now where it's I don't see them going 12-4. If they go 12-4, that's just glory from God himself, especially with the dang schedule we have.
Yeah.
Hardest, if not, one of the hardest in the entire NFL. So, but I'm still confident in this team to get it done. There's some people I've seen out there saying, look, the Patriots are going to win 2 to 5 games. And I'm like,
all right, so that's a stretch. And so your boy is the biggest advocate for talking shit about the Patriots, but winning 2 to 5, winning 2 to 5 games, that's wildly unrealistic. And that's coming from a biased fan like me.
Yeah.
So 2 to 5, who the fuck's saying that?
I've seen professionals saying this. I've seen people all over Instagram. The funniest thing here too is Patriots fans, my guy. Patriots fans are saying this. I can't tell you how many times in my comments, in my live streams, so many negative Pats fans. I cannot explain to you the amount of guys that are going, we suck, dynasty's over, winning 2 to 5 games if we're lucky. Tank for Trevor Lawrence is the best case. Forget this, man. I'm going to Tampa. It's been a crazy offseason, my guy, for Pats fans, especially for a guy like me who's kind of centered around this whole thing social media wise.
Yeah.
Getting hit from every direction.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So, all right. So, I mean, let's just go on ahead and just discuss about the elephant in the room right now, right? So, I mean, Brady obviously ended up leaving to Tampa. And it's funny because I do have a buddy that's a huge Pats fan, and I was telling him the entire offseason right before it happened. I was just like, bro, Brady's leaving. I guarantee you. He's like, no, he's not, dude. He's been with the Pats forever. Like, he's gonna retire a Patriot. I was just like, no, dude. Like, this guy's been taking pay cuts his whole career. Like, this dude wants to get paid. Like, I mean, he's going somewhere. So,
Yeah.
all right. So now you have Jared Stidham, right? And me personally, I did not think that Belichick would put 100% of his faith in him. Like, I was anticipating Belichick to pull some type of move, like bring Cam Newton in, maybe even famous Jameis, whatever. But obviously that didn't happen. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, what are you thinking about Stidham? Is he the long-term answer, or would you say that the Pats are going to be looking for a new quarterback during the offseason coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a super interesting topic. I think that, this is going to be a topic that is surrounded by the New England Patriots at least for the next few seasons, especially this offseason. But look, what are we exactly getting from Jared Stidham? Not even I know, not even the professionals know. I don't even think the coaching staff themselves know, hey, this is exactly what we're going to get with Jared Stidham. But what I will say with Stidham is that this guy is a first-round talent, okay? Coming out of Auburn, not his final year in college, but the few years prior, he was talking about being a first-round selection. Then his final year in Auburn, the guy just takes a huge dip down. And a lot of people look at him and they go, statistics, well, that's Jared Stidham's fault in Auburn. When in reality, if you really look down, you look into the cracks of the whole situation, that final year in Auburn, the offensive line was constantly getting injured. You got second, third string guys there. Wide receivers, tight ends, same situation. And then when he's able to escape the pocket, not under pressure, is able to actually get a ball off, the guys were having issues dropping them. Now, I'm not here saying that Jared Stidham had a perfect, flawless season in his final year in Auburn, but when you look at the factors that go in, how is any quarterback honestly supposed to be successful in that type of situation? So, look, I like Jared Stidham. He showed a lot of poise. He showed a lot of great things from a very, very short span from being drafted and then, of course, the span of the offseason. And he has gotten so much praise from so many people. He got nonstop praise from Stephon Gilmore, the best cornerback in the NFL. Devin McCourty, the coaching staff, James White. He got, a bunch of praise from people outside of the Patriots organization because, I made videos on people praising Stidham, and a big one I talked about was Stephon Gilmore. And a lot of people were saying, well, Patriots Global, that's in the Patriots organization. What do you expect these guys to say? And I to that, I have to say, well, look, you have to look at the certain guys. Stephon Gilmore, he's never been a guy to just give praise where praise isn't due, especially to go on to the things that Gilmore was saying, to say that he made him a better player. He made this offseason tougher, and he made the defense a way better defense. And Gilmore wasn't the only person who said that about the Patriots defense. You got to give him a lot of respect for the things that he's done. He's gotten a lot of respect for, what he was able to do and how he's able to transition in a short period of time. For being a rookie quarterback, the way that he's able to maneuver, he's able to already read defenses. He's able to do things that there's veterans in the NFL that aren't able to do things he's done. And I think that a lot of people are basing him off of that garbage time snaps that he got versus the Jets. Now, there were some really key impressive things about a couple of those plays. He played one snap versus Washington too. And there were some good things to read about that, but that one pick six to Jamal Adams, everybody kind of just talks about that. And they try to base him off of that. Look,
so that's the best safety in the league.
Exactly. That's the best safety in the league. You threw him in garbage time. The receivers were having issues and communication problems all year. It's one play. I don't think you can go about and just discriminate everything that he's done all off season because of one garbage time throw that he just was just randomly thrown in there. So to say Jared Stidham's the guy, I don't know. But what I can say is they're rolling with Jared Stidham for sure. Now, I think the interesting topic here, especially for Bills fans, is going to be how does this whole pandemic go this offseason? because I think that will be very telling on what the Patriots do if they don't have an offseason. If the NFL doesn't have an offseason where they're able to truly work with their players and get everyone together and honestly work out everything, then you could potentially see Brian Hoyer starting out for a few weeks. Now, I don't see Brian Hoyer playing the whole season, but I think that it makes way more sense for Bill Belichick to put in a proven veteran, a guy who knows the Patriots system, has been with multiple teams, knows how to read defenses, and he's just been around for many years. He knows what to do. Plugging him in for the first few weeks and getting Jared Stidham back into the swing of things and have Stidham come in at some point into the season. But look, if we get an offseason and everything is going to plan, they're able to work together, they're able to work with Stiddy, then yeah, I don't see why Stidham doesn't start the season.
Yeah, like that's definitely an interesting, super interesting concept, especially with Bills fans. One of the biggest conversations we have is when Sean McDermott brings on a former Carolina Panther, and people just freak out. They're like, oh, great, we're the Buffalo Panthers now. You know what I mean? But it makes a lot of sense, especially in the world that we're living right now, since there's so much uncertainties following the offseason. The best thing you can do is in a situation like this is build your team based off of scheme fit. And that's exactly why fucking Sean McDermott does that. Is because he knows, hey, we might not have an off season. So we're going to try and bring guys that are familiar with my damn system. So I could definitely see that. Could definitely see that. And personally, I would be absolutely fine facing Brian Hoyer. And I personally would be fine, going on ahead and facing Stidham as well. Just because Belichick was notorious for completely torturing young quarterbacks. So I think Sean McDermott is going to get his revenge and try and torture Stidham this season too. But I mean,
makes sense.
Who knows? So Colby, right? So, I mean, obviously, there's a big question mark, with the quarterback position in New England right now. But besides that, right, what would you say is the biggest hole in this Patriots team in 2020? A room that you are most concerned about?
I would say the room that I'm most concerned about, it has to be the receiving core. Whether it's tight end, whether it's wide receiver, you can make the argument either or. And it's not to say that the receiving core isn't talented. And I think that doesn't get enough recognition. It doesn't get enough love, especially throughout Pats Nation. Look, they don't have a DeAndre Hopkins. They don't have an Odell Beckham Jr. And I know that. But when have the Patriots ever truly needed to succeed with any of those guys?
Yeah.
I'm saying I think that they have a decent core. You have Edelman, you have N'Keal Harry, you have Mohamed Sanu, who is a nice number 2, number 3 section. And something that a lot of people don't realize here is that last season, the Patriots dealt with injuries from top to bottom all around the team, but especially at that wide receiver core. Now, Julian Edelman dealing with a multitude of different injuries that should have ended his season. He shouldn't have been playing, but he decided to play through these injuries that, honestly, I don't know how a man could ever play through those injuries. He had to get off-season surgery.
Mohamed Sanu, that guy must have been in a body cast at halfway during the season last year. He should have been.
Dude, I have no clue how that dude was still going, but dude, oh my God, he's just he's incredible. But to talk about Mohamed Sanu, the dude was on an uprise. He was having a good season statistically. Look at it. He had a great game versus Baltimore, which was probably the only upside to that game versus for the Patriots on that side. Was because the first loss of the season for them ended their winning record, but after that game, they went into the bye week. After that bye week, they played the Philadelphia Eagles. And Mohamed Sanu was doing a punt return, gets injured. Ever since then, he's not the same. He actually had to get off-season surgery also. Honestly, he probably shouldn't have been playing either, but he was going through it also, and a lot of people were giving him hate also here. The Patriots just had big issues with separation at the receiver position. So I think that, look, they're going to come back better. They're going to come back stronger. N'Keal Harry is working very well in the offseason, working with the football king and some other guys working on his route running, his technique, ultimately the lower half of his body, which if you look into N'Keal Harry, the upper body, the strength, everything's there, the lower half of his body, his feet. That's what he needs to work on, and he's working on that. So I think big season coming for N'Keal Harry. Jacoby Myers is going to be another guy to watch. He had a pretty nice season for a rookie season being a UDFA. And him and Stidham, huge connections there. I mean, during the preseason, that was Stidham's number 1 guy, put up over 200 yards. He had the most receptions out of any wide receiver during the span of the preseason just because of that connection. So I think that the receiver core is talented, but I just think that there's so many question marks. And I think that the reason that there's so many question marks is, look, what are we used to seeing with the New England Patriots? We're used to seeing veterans. That's Bill Belichick's way. Guys who are at the end of their careers, guys don't really want them. Bill Belichick brings them in to try to revamp that career. He doesn't care about age. Belichick loves those proven guys, veteran experience, NFL experience. That's what he wants. And we're at a position at this point where Belichick has gotten so much younger, which fans have been asking for years. And they finally got that. But with younger guys also comes uncertainty. And I think that is a big thing that is circling the New England Patriots is uncertainty because of these younger guys who aren't proven into the NFL. So I think that if I had to pick a certain position, it would be that one, more specifically, not because of talent, but because of uncertainty.
Sure. Yeah, man, it's definitely going to be interesting. We'll definitely see how the receivers stack up. It's just wild to me that you guys have the hardest schedule, in the NFL this year. This could not have come at the worst time for you guys. And so I want to say I feel bad, but I don't.
It's so understandable though too. I think everybody in the NFL is at a position where you are.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So that's a great segue to my next question. I'm not sure if you've done any way too early record predictions of 2020 for the Pats, but I would love to hear what you think your final record is going to be and where you think you're being placed in the AFC East this year.
Tough situation here.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about the East now. All right.
Oh yeah, baby. We're talking about the East. I had to bring it up.
For sure. Look, I'm not going to say 2 to 5 wins. I think that's just stupid. But I'm not going to go out here. I'm not going to say for sure double digits. I'm not going to say 12 plus wins. I think that's crazy too. So my ultimate way is I'm going to go between 8 to 10 wins. I think somewhere in there is just a nice sweet spot here for the Patriots. I think that, look, they could surprise us. They could even do more for all we know. We don't know. It's the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? Even as a fan, they surprise me day in and day out. But they could also not have this season that the roster they have would live up to. They could only win 5 games for all we know. They could just turn out to be that type of season. But for me, it's got to be that 8 to 10 win scenario. I think that this defense is just way too talented. You look at what they brought in, you look at what they still have, best secondary in the league. You can argue me on this any day, but easily the best secondary in this league, okay? But they just have a defense where 2 to 5 wins, you can easily get that, I say defensively. And I think that you look at scheme-wise also, Bill Belichick, he knows how to scheme. The coaching part of this will come in and it will play its very fair situation in here also. And I think that the Patriots offense it'll be fair. It'll get the job done, at least. And it will put some points up on the board. I don't think that you can get much worse than the offense did this past season if we're going to be completely honest. Everyone's saying how much worse the Patriots offense is going to get now that Brady left. But at the same point, it's how well did Brady play last year? We're not talking about elite level quarterback. We're not talking about the Patriots having the number 1, a top 5, or even top 10 offense in this league. So honestly, people saying it's going to get terrible and so much worse because Brady left. It's well, look at last season. How much worse do you think we're really going to get offensively? As for losses, it's a tough season. So I think it's very early too, like you said. Usually when I do my record predictions, I do it right before the season starts. We get an all off season with training camp and whatnot. So we get to hear about how these players are doing. We might not even get that. So I think that we're at a tough position there. We're not really getting any news. But look, the Ravens, they're going to be a tough game. The Ravens are going to be a tough game. The 49ers are going to be tough. You play Los Angeles 2 weeks in a row. That could go either way here. And then you move on to the East, my guy. You move on to the East,
Oh, yeah.
I've heard a lot of people saying, look, let me plug my computer real quick. But I've heard a lot of people trying to say, look, I think that the Buffalo Bills are going to be going, 12 plus wins. And hey, I don't know exactly your schedule here. Obviously being a Patriot, I'm more focused on the team at hand. But I've seen a lot of people saying that it's easily going to be a season where you blow out the Patriots.
Oh yeah,
I've seen a lot.
And so I'm hoping to be up 54-0 by the half.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, I've heard a lot of people say
revenge, baby.
I think.
And so y'all been terrorizing me my whole life, but waiting for this.
I think. Look, I will say this. I think that the Buffalo Bills get a win. I don't think this is going to be I don't think it's going to be a season where, look, the Patriots are blowing out the park. I don't think it's going to be that type of season. I think that they're just going through a transition period where it's just going to be tough. But I don't think it's going to be a situation where the Buffalo Bills are blowing out the Patriots. Honestly, my record for this is I see the Patriots having a win against the Bills and the Bills having a win against the Patriots. Honestly, I think that the Patriots team, like it always does, it will progress as the season goes. So I could see Patriots going to Buffalo, Patriots losing that game. I could honestly see it happening. I'm not even going to put it out of the books. My record prediction, you're going to see a loss to Buffalo. That's just how it's going to be. But I think the Patriots will get it together, playing Buffalo at home later in the season with a great defense. If they can stay healthy, I just think that the Patriots know how to play the Bills. I think that they'll still pull out a win. Josh Allen, the Patriots are always good at getting to Josh Allen. He has some troubles keeping a hold of that football there.
Don't you come after my boy, bro.
They seem to be able to take advantage of that. On a nice basis. So I think scheme-wise, they'll just be able to keep that going. But, even last year, we saw it between the Patriots and the Bills. It's a lot closer. It's getting closer. It's not like the olden days where you see it on the schedule and you're like, oh, win. It's just not that type of thing anymore. I will give credit where credit is due. The Buffalo Bills have put together a nice team. I think that they're a legit team now. Am I going to say, hey, this is a 100% Super Bowl team? No. But look, this is a team that I was shocked. I'd be shocked if they don't make it to the playoffs. I'd be highly shocked. How far did they make it in the playoffs? I don't know. I don't remember the last time that they've honestly done great in the playoffs, but they've built
90s.
A good team. Exactly. They've built a good team though. You never know. At least you get to the playoffs is a great scenario for you. Build off of that. But yeah, that's just kind of how I see it going between the Bills and the Patriots now. As who's going to finish number one in the AFC East? Honestly, bro, I can't. I can't give my honest to God answer because, in my personal opinion, I could see it going either way. I don't think that it's going to be this situation where the Buffalo Bills become the new New England Patriots. It's an easy ride to win the East. I don't see that happening. Now, I give a little bit of an advantage here to the Buffalo Bills, I will say now, because, I just think that they have, one an easier schedule, a better all-around put-together roster. So I'm going to give a slight advantage here to Buffalo to win the East. But I've seen some people saying that the Patriots will be the very bottom of the AFC East. I don't see that happening. I don't think the Dolphins are still a team that can compete at that highest level. I don't think the Jets are either. I think that it's going to be between.
And sorry, Ian from Jet Central, if you're watching this. But that's facts, dude. Just as long as that team has Adam Gase at the helm, they're never going to be shit.
They're not. And that's just the honest to God answer. Look, I think that Sam Darnold's still going to be seeing ghosts out there this season. I think he's going to. But look, I think that in the end, the East is going to be decided between the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. And I think that it's going to be way closer than people are giving it credit for. I think that this is just going to be a year where these AFC East matchups, they're going to be something different. These are going to be important games to be winning at this point. It's not no buttercup game where, hey, you win, you lose, you lose. These are games you got to compete because we're talking about playoffs. We're talking about winning the East here. We're talking about, winning the ultimate division. So I think that these are going to be fun games to watch here between the Patriots and the Bills because it's a big deciding season ultimately for both teams and how they're going to transition throughout, of course, the season, but also the postseason. So that's just kind of how I see this transitioning here for the East.
Sick. Most definitely. Honestly, I foresee the Bills sweeping the Pats this year. And and so I think that we should make a little bet, like right on the channel. All right.
Let's do it.
And so if the Bills sweep the Pats next year, then you have to wear a Bills hoodie for your next 3 videos. And then say that the opposite happens, or the Bills split with the Pats, or we lose both of the Pats, then I will wear a Pats shirt, hoodie, whatever for my next 3 videos. And trust me, that's gonna be a lot more painful for me.
I believe you.
Yeah.
All right. It's a 100% deal, locked and loaded. Look, everybody's gonna see. I'm gonna be making sure that Pats Nation comes over to this video when it's uploaded, so they're all gonna know it too. So there's no getting away from it now. There's no getting away from it.
It's happening, bro. It's
for sure. I can't wait.
But yo, Colby, dude, thank you so much for coming onto the channel, dude. Really appreciate that. We'll definitely get back together during the season, right before we face off the Pats, to sort of do like a more updated review. And then we could hop on the sticks with PS4, and I could whip your ass in Madden too.
Oh, for
like
sure.
Before that, so I mean, we could do that.
Oh
yeah, dude. You got it.
I don't know. I'll be playing Madden Mobile too all the time. So
okay.
Got a little something on my sleeve.
Oh, my G. But yeah, guys, definitely check out his channel. I'm gonna so I'm gonna be linking that in my description. Make sure to check him out. Besides that, Dom Mafia, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me stop.